You're on the punchline with Kelly Pavlik and James Dominguez.
You were on the.
We got shit to talk about today, but I don't know what yet.
We got some fights and just some random shit, some questions we're gonna answer today. We are taking a month off after this. This is the end of the season.
Yeah, we're fucking drained.
We're actually in the new season.
Well, I know, but we didn't take the break.
We're in a season 24.
Season 24 in a year, and the video's not playing. It's saying it should start soon. Okay, but yeah, like I said, I think we need some time to regroup and get things together because it's crazy.
I concur.
So I think we're gonna take a month off because there's not much going on in the boxing world in that time. So I think it's a good time for us to go on vacation and spend time with family and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I don't see it. It's still not on.
We got a guy. I'm gonna have a buddy of mine, Noel, who's been around. He was around with my career. He's gonna call in. You know what? We were talking yesterday. It was a great conversation. I said, this would be something good for the show. And
yeah. I can't get mine on.
Here, let me see.
Fuck. I already had it all that already on there. What are you doing?
Oh, go back to put the
It was
punch
already.
on it. Yeah, I go out of it and I go back into it, and then it should pop up right there.
Nope.
Yeah, come on, give it a second. There you go.
All right.
Yeah, so
that Facebook post was funny as fuck. Which one? Which Facebook post? Joe Albrecht wants to know. I don't know. We've been throwing a lot of shit on there lately, I guess I miss going to Facebook, Jill. It's time to get back in there,
You've been putting a lot of them. See, the only problem, I can't see all yours. You put too many up all like right by next to each other.
Well, I got a lot of them.
Yeah, but they're fucking good. I chuckle. I usually, like I said, I really get on that at night.
Yeah.
And I'll be sitting there fucking giggling my ass off. And some of them are funny. I'll look at it and I'll start giggling and I'll start scrolling down and I just start laughing even harder at that fucking meme that I seen that you had.
Some of them, I've seen some funny ones from other friends like Sal Garcia and Carlos and Damon. They've all had some really good ones lately, Kelly got it, yeah.
Les,
Oh, Kelly, let's talk about who was the hardest punch you ever fought. Are you?
Again.
I think Les is making a joke because that's what you get every show.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Because I just totally zapped. Thank God this is the last show for a month because that took everything out of me.
You know what? I would answer different questions when they say who's the hardest puncher. Tell them Bronco McCart. Just fucking.
That's what I was gonna say, or I was gonna be like Dorian Beaupierre.
Yeah, just completely fucking blow everybody out of the water. You know what I mean? What was it like fighting Bernard? It was fucking painful.
It was actually a really easy fight.
Yeah.
It just didn't, didn't look like it, but I really didn't want that fight to end.
What was it like fighting Sergio Martinez? Well, you ever put baby on a pig and chase him around? That's what the fuck it was like.
You ever put Vaseline on your hands and get in the car and try to turn the corner real quick?
That's what it's like. What was it like getting knocked out by Jermaine Taylor? Well, it's kind of like getting hit with a baseball bat when you weren't expecting it, or getting hit with like a brick, with a brick in a dark fucking alley. You know what I mean?
Really fuck with him. Be like, oh, I don't feel like getting hit by Edison Miranda.
Damon already has a good question, and man, who fought more beaters, Oscar or Pac?
Ooh,
I answered that earlier. I said Oscar fought more people in their prime than Pacquiao did.
I could agree with that.
People are gonna say, oh, because they hate Oscar, but name a lot of fighters that Oscar
fought everybody
in their fucking prime.
Yep.
Even Manny fought Oscar out of his prime.
Pernell might have been the only one, but Pernell was still sharp.
Still, he was still 30 years old at the time. That's still, Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, even that. I mean, that's the only one that you might be able to.
Pernell, Obakar was a little old by then. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But a lot of these other guys, we know that Floyd Mayweather has a great fucking resume, but he fought a lot of guys past their prime too, though.
Only guys that Oscar didn't fight was Winky and Forrest. Well, I think they're pretty much going different directions with that. You know what I mean? Those guys are going different directions.
I don't think he had to fight them fucking guys after everybody he fought.
No, But yeah, he fought everybody. There's nothing wrong with Pacquiao's created a great fucking career. You know, but like I said, it was just a time era. Pacquiao fought. No,
listen, anytime you win 6 fucking belts or 8 belts in 8 different divisions, that's
And also the thing is this too, you know, these guys. Pacquiao fought in a bad time for boxing. He really did. A lot of these great stars were on their way out, and a lot of the newer guys were not in yet. You know,
early when coming up though, when he fought the Moraleses and guys like that, though, that was
but Morales was already on. They had too many wars in them already. Them guys were fucking. Him and Barrera, they were fucking. They
Marquez
were cashed out.
some great fights.
Well, you know what I would like to have seen? Pacquiao and Nassim Hamed. Wouldn't that have been a fucking monster of a fight?
Yeah, it would have.
At 126 or 22. Yeah. I would say 22 because Nassim wasn't that big. Now he could fight Klitschko.
Yeah, Butterbean. Hey, Viking Herm's in the studio.
Viking Herm showed up. Oh my God, this is the longest question.
Happy Tuesday, you heathens.
Oh my God, this is the longest question by Paul Lee Johnson. Terrence Crawford should have been famous as Ali after the Jeff Horn victory. What? He should have been.
All right, don't even read the rest of it from there. I was lost. After the Horn fight?
Yeah. Hearn made $1 billion while old school boxing lovers got the shaft. We don't stream and pay monthly internet fees and buy routers. Why the fuck do we pay for a dish monthly if you have to buy all that? Hearn and company. I'm sorry for Crawford. He got screwed. Worse than any boxer. Fuck you, Hearn. What do you guys think of this shit app? I love the app. I'm not gonna lie. I fucking love the app.
Yeah, why wouldn't you not?
I get to watch 30 for 30 all motherfucking day. You know what I mean? I get to watch all the E60s.
I watch on ESPN Classic.
I watch E60s. I watch 30 for 30s. If you get the app, you can watch your fight on there. They have a couple of your fights on that app.
I can watch my fight on YouTube.
I know, but it's already got the fucking thing on that. And then I don't have to worry about fucking it cutting out and clipping off. And I can watch it on my TV instead of my phone.
You like the app?
I like the app. You know what?
This is true.
$5 a month is a low price to pay without me having to look for 30 for 30s all fucking day. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I think people get sensitive about this whole fucking app thing and these old school thing. And I don't know.
Well, they're not put. But here's the thing:
Crawford should not have been as popular as Ali.
No, especially after Horn. Here's the thing: like everybody bitches that it don't end. Like nobody's ever going to be happy. What I mean by that, when they don't put the fights on, they're making it easier access now to get the fights. Okay, and for fairly cheap, like $2 for that app. What's the big deal? Like that's good. That's fucking really, really good for boxing. Everybody was bitching before though when you could only watch them on Showtime, HBO, and pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And now they're giving you opportunities to watch fucking big fights on your phone for $5 a month. What the fuck?
Well, and then he's saying 30 for 30 is on 2 different ESPNs. It is, but you can't watch every fucking episode of it. You know what I mean? I can't go back and watch the Youngstown Boys. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, you
click on the Youngstown
record
Boys.
it ahead of time.
Yeah, but when? You got to look for it. You know what I mean? But now I just click on there and I watch the episode I want to watch.
Do you watch any of that?
The only app that Viking Herm likes is Angry Birds. It's because they're birds and they're angry.
$4.99 a month of people bitching. I guess there will be a movement to bring back $99 pay-per-views. That is fucking over the fans. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
Les saying, worst decision I ever saw with Jeff Fennick and Azuma Nelson. I don't think you saw. Did you miss Pacquiao and Tim Bradley?
Mm-hmm.
That was fucking awful. You know what I mean?
All right. Wait. YouTube Dempsey to George Chivulo had the best chin, guys, from last week. Okay.
Who? George Chivallo?
Yeah.
Has what? What's
best chin, guys?
So, who said that?
Dempsey on YouTube.
Okay.
And then another YouTube comment, Angelo Costa said Jake LaMotta had a great chin.
Part of having a chin is winning fights too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Meyer.
Big eyes, Michigan.
Tell her, hello. You know, and people are saying record the series. But you don't know when the fucking series are on. You know what I mean? I don't. You know, let's be
I mean,
honest.
they play a shitload. They'll play like 2 days in a row of 60, but you got to search for all of them.
Yeah, why search? You know, I very rarely watch regular TV. Normally, I'm stuck in Netflix or Amazon Prime watching what I want to watch. You know what I mean? Because you know, I'm in the series of Vikings now. Thank you, Viking Herm, for getting me involved.
My ancestors are very happy to please you, James Dominguez.
And you know what? I would peel my banana to Lagatha.
You made Viking Herm laugh.
I would peel my banana to Lagatha.
James Fred Dominguez versus Viking Herm.
Fuck no. Do I look stupid to you? Viking Herm bench is almost 400 pounds.
You're a homie too, Paulie.
Yeah, you're cool, Polly. No, Viking Herm benches 400 fucking pounds. He benches a front end of a
370.
Buick.
Don't give him the fucking credit yet. He's still got 30 pounds.
I said nearly.
370, 400, it's all the same.
When I lifted weights today, you know, I was in the gym.
Viking math.
You know what it looked like when I was lifting today? It looked like a toothpick with 2 Oreos on the side. I was benching that. I was like, yeah, motherfucker. Look at these gains, baby. It's the 2 Oreo cookies.
I got my gains on too today.
I got my gains too. Which gains are better, black or platinum? Because I wanted to have the whole wrapper thing going on. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Your gains are barbells. My gain is the hammer of Thor.
Did I tell you I had to change my chain out though? I broke my chain already. It got caught on the bar.
I did not know that. Let's call Noel.
Already?
Yeah, I told him 10. Yes, you can only stay on for a short period.
All right, guys, we're gonna call.
I think it's a great discussion we're gonna have.
We're gonna have a discussion right now with who?
Noel.
Noel and Kelly has some questions. We're gonna get into a good discussion right now. It's gonna be about 8 minutes long, so stay with us.
Hello.
Hi.
Is this Kelly Pavlik?
You bet it is.
I heard that the rodeo's coming to Youngstown.
What rodeo?
They're bringing fat women
The
to
rodeo's
town.
coming to Youngstown.
Bringing
and
fat women
the
into town.
bull is going to ride Bear Cabelli.
The bull's gonna ride.
Barracavelli.
Nobody rides Bercavelli.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Bercavelli carries a horse to water and then makes him drink it. That's that one, Viking Herm.
Clarissa Shields has been the female Charlo Damon for a long time.
All right, so no,
Yeah,
let's chat about that little thing that we were talking about yesterday.
definitely. I mean, before we do, I want to say the show is moving nicely. I love listening to it. I listen to it driving to work sometimes, and I don't hear it live. You guys, you and James are doing a great job. And Viking Herm rules.
Viking Herm, appreciate your patronage.
370 is close enough.
It is close enough.
Fuck yeah, it is. But all right, well, start it off. Why don't you get us in? You know, because you only got 8 minutes left. Give us what we were talking about yesterday a little bit.
So you have a lot of these concepts in boxing about lineal champs and universally recognized champs, and we have unified champs. And what you and I were talking about yesterday, Kelly, was that a purist would see that once 4 belts come together and the ring belt, that the only way that title can get lost is in the ring. So when Jermaine Taylor gave Bernard Hopkins an automatic rematch, the IBF was demanding that he fights their number 1 contender, Arthur Abraham, which is ridiculous. For all intents and purposes, Hopkins deserved a rematch. He was the champion for 10 years, but the IBF took the belt and put it in a vacancy match, and Jermaine won that fight against Hopkins, remained champion. And then in his next fight, he gave Winky Wright a shot at in my view, absolutely the undisputed middleweight championship, despite the fact that the IBF took the belt. And Winky Wright was the hottest commodity in boxing at the time. He had beaten Shane Mosley, who had beaten Oscar De La Hoya a couple times, and he had beat Shane Mosley a couple times. He was a hot thing. So it was a legitimate fight. That was a legitimate fight, and the WBA demanded that Jermaine fight or what's that? The
Felix
the guy who
Sturm.
had the double. Say again.
Felix Sturm.
That's right, Felix Sturm. And then Felix Sturm fought for that belt in a vacancy match. So my point was that by the time you won the title, they called you the universally recognized middleweight champion of the world, because anyone with half a brain would know that guy is without doubt the guy that beat the guy that beat the guy, right?
Yeah.
So you would be the universally recognized champion, but any purist would say clearly the undisputed, because all those belts were together and they were never lost in the ring. So
That's what I
the
was
argument
going on.
was you'd be the undisputed.
Even if they did when Jermaine beat Bernard Hopkins the first time, that he was the undisputed middleweight champion.
Yes.
He didn't lose those in a fight. He lost those by being stripped, which meant that he still should have been called the undisputed champ.
Exactly.
He was stripped for sanctioning fees, right? Not wanting to pay sanctioning fees.
I know, because he didn't fight the number one mandatory.
I thought it was sanctioning.
Or it might have been sanctioning fees
He
too.
refused,
That's what
I know he refused because he was being wasn't he being double jacked on sanctioning fees?
Well, yeah, you got to pay for now.
Yeah.
Well, HBO and DeBella, as far as I know, had no problem paying those fees, because that title was really special. Having those belts together was really special. And I don't think money was an issue.
Yeah,
I think that it was really the sanctioning body's internal politics, and they probably had, they were ranked. These German guys were ranked, and the German guys probably threatened lawsuit. Who knows what the backstory was on that? But I don't believe it was the sanctioning fees. I believe they actually did strip the titles.
Yeah, but I know the sanctioning
as
fees, the belt will pay them, but they'll take it out of the fighter's purse. They'll pull right out of the fighter's purse eventually. And those range anywhere from 2% to 5%, depending on what sanctioning body you're with. And a lot of fighters, they're refusing to pay him nowadays. Canelo told the WBC to fuck off. Because
that's understandable.
Yeah, I mean, these guys that are carrying 3 or 4
Yeah.
titles are paying out
That's
$40,000-$50,000 a fight.
But he also didn't have all the belts together. I mean, I'm trying to say that at that point in time, HBO, DeBella, they wanted to keep those belts together. There was just too much politics with 4 sanctioning bodies. I mean, you can go on Fight News. They have the rankings of the 4 different. You get right now number 1 WBC middleweight, Dylan White, contender.
Yeah.
WBA, Alexander Povetkin. That's heavyweight. But if you go to middleweight,
Yeah.
I mean, they each one of them. Saul Alvarez is one. Daniel Jacobs, Sergey with the last name that's 25 letters. Demetrius Andrade is another.
Yeah.
Those are 4 different number 1 contenders.
Yeah.
So it's hard to keep up with all that. And so my point was that once those 4 belts are together, the only place they get lost is in the ring. And right now, that lineal champ, going all the way back to the 4 belts, is Canelo, and Canelo has none of the belts.
Yeah.
So,
It's true. And, personally, I don't know if you agree or Kelly agrees, I'm not sure. But I always looked at the lineal champ or the undisputed fighter being the guy from 1922 till now being the ring champion. Whoever the ring champion was has always been the lineal champ or the undisputed champ. I don't know if you agree, Noah, but that's pretty much the standard that boxing's been using for years.
Yeah.
the ring panel is very, very helpful. It's very helpful because it sort of puts a system in place that doesn't exist. Like, for instance, champion loses a fight in a weight class. When he's a champion, that's how he loses the belt. Other qualifications would be, if he doesn't fight anyone in the weight class in 18 months or doesn't have a fight in 18 months, he loses that status.
Well, we know that's not always the case.
They
You got
actually
guys.
added a new one. They added a new one recently, and they stripped Canelo of the ring belt because it says if a champion tests positive for a performance-enhancing substance. Now, clearly, they weren't talking about that 20 years ago.
Yeah, but with James,
so these status changes and these rules changes, it's a pretty good system what they have. But at the end of the day, as a purist, we all just have to acknowledge that Canelo has a lineal championship that goes back to all 4 of the belts and the ring belt being together. Right? I mean, it's purist.
Well, yeah, but he lost it to Triple G.
How do you lose it to Triple G?
He lost his last fight, Triple G.
no, it was a draw.
It was a draw. I'm sorry, it was a draw. Wasn't Triple G the champion when they fought?
Triple G had unified belts those belts were from like vacancy lineages. Canelo came from
out
a
of Cotto.
pure
He took it from
lineage
Cotto,
to the
yes.
4 belts.
He took it from Cotto. But the ring champion was Triple G. It
No,
would
the
make
ring
him
champion was
undisputed.
never Triple G. Matter of fact, Triple G was pissed off that it was Canelo. He was
How's
pissed
Canelo
off
ring
that it was
belt?
Canelo.
That's what we're trying to go on.
That's
It's
what we're going
confusing.
on is the ring belt at the time. Triple G was
Yeah,
undisputed.
Triple G never had the ring belt.
Wow.
I don't know. We didn't know. I didn't know he didn't. I thought he was an
No, you
undisputed
never
guy.
saw him walk in the ring with no ring belt. That ring belt. I mean, Kelly, you walked into the ring with the ring belt. You know how beautiful that belt is.
Yeah.
You never
Canelo walked in
into
with
the
that
ring
motherfucker either.
with that belt.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah,
I've ever seen
that's-
Canelo walk in with it either, though.
Yeah, that'll be something to look up. I mean, again, that's what I'm saying. But it's that's where it gets confusing as shit. Like even the lineal, like is lineal universally recognized champion? Then, well, how do you separate those two?
I guess he's going by the lineage of the belt, like where it started from and how it went down.
Yeah.
But the belts changes from losing on the scale, it changes from everything. I mean, it's get lost in translation.
Exactly.
I always-
So does giving the person the name of is he really a lineal champ? Is he really the
Because
record?
Noel just said he thinks that you win the fight in the ring. You lose the fight in the ring, you win the fight in the ring. But if you lose on the scale, that person automatically becomes lineal champ, right? If he wins the fight that night, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Then
Well,
would
yeah,
be lost in
that's
translation?
interesting.
Would he not be the
That's interesting. Yeah. You're trying to say if Canelo weighed in over, but Triple G was under, and then Triple G beat him, he'd be the lineal champ? I mean, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, doesn't it get lost in
mean, that's
translation at that point?
That's why. That's kind of like where this is all going, though. With that, all of it, like where do you?
I think the problem is we're talking about business of boxing than the actual sport itself. And the problem is the sanctioning bodies. It's not the fighters. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The problem is the sanctioning bodies. You're right, because they have 4 different sanctioning bodies with 4 different sets of politics.
Yes.
You know, like for instance, the WBA and the IBF had German fighters ranked at the top of and who knows how that ranking system works. So the next thing you know, those belts are over in Germany, and while Kelly's the reigning universally recognized middleweight champion, you know, with a lineage to all 4 of the belts, you know, Arthur Abraham's marketing himself as this world champion in Germany, and he has packed houses, and they're just, you know, they're living it up.
Yeah.
But he's really just a high-ranked contender. He's absolutely not the world champion.
But
He's less of a world champion than most people would be with a strap, because a lot of people with straps aren't in a division that has a lineal true champion to all 4 belts.
yeah, but tell that to the champion who worked his ass off for 20 years or since he was a kid that he's not a champion. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing. I mean, it sucks, but you know they're trying to prepare for a life outside of boxing, and having that title champion is what'll do that for them, especially in Europe. You know, I'm not so like stuck on like the lineal or undisputed. I mean, if they're in one of those major sanctioned bodies, whether I agree with or disagree, they're a champion.
Yeah, but I think that there should come down to a point of like making it easier to like. So who is an undisputed? For instance, again, going back, I'll use me because it's the one I've been obviously paid attention to. But you know, Jermaine was the undisputed champion of the world when I fought at one point,
Justin,
and he never
can
lost.
you look up the ring champion for middleweight?
Yeah,
And that's what I'm saying, Kelly. You hit the nail on the head. Jermaine never lost.
Yeah.
So if he's the undisputed champion, what makes him
Is he
not
still
the
the ring-
undisputed champion?
that's
Who
what.
is he
Yeah,
now?
Sanctioning.
yeah. How could they not? How could they not keep Jermaine undisputed champion? You know, I know he lost the belts, but he didn't lose the fight in the ring. So
Exactly.
What?
So you know, going
vacant.
on that, like how can you not be the undisputed? You know, like lineal. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I always
Yeah,
went off
and
the.
there's this argument about legitimate fights, right? So
Yes.
if you're going to strip the belt from somebody, you'd have to argue at least that they're not having a legitimate fight. If Jermaine Taylor's giving the 10-year middleweight champion a rematch, that is about as legitimate as you could ever imagine a fight being. So that's the last time ever you'd ever want to strip the belt in that situation. But they stripped it.
And also, I think Noel I think what happened, what was going on, like in the 1940s and 50s, things like that. They only had one champion in each division. The problem is, it was a motherfucker for these guys to get fights against the champion. You had #1 contenders waiting 15, 20 years to get fights because, however, the mob-controlled boxing was pushing their guys in the 20s in the low 20s and the 10s over those guys, number one. And you guys had guys who were deserving of it not getting those fights. And I think a lot of these sanctioning bodies look for a chance to capitalize that and say, look, we can screw these guys over by calling them all champions. And now you have sanctioning bodies that are not only charging the champion, they're charging the challenger to even fight for that title.
The challenger gets hit with
they're hitting with the same with a little less, but he's being hit too. They are fucking double dicking these fighters.
When you see a challenger in that ring with a fucking WBO, WBC patch on,
he's paying for
that.
And win or lose, he's getting $7,000-$8,000 taken out of his purse. If he's fighting for, let's say, if he's fighting for $100,000, he's paying $8,000 for it. You know,
yeah.
Or more.
And this, what you're doing, James, is you're really making my point about how incredibly difficult it is to unify belts, how incredibly difficult it is to be an undisputed champion, and therefore, because it's so difficult, when it happens, it's until you lose in the ring.
Oh, I agree with you. You're preaching to the choir here. What I'm saying is, though, my thing is this: what says that you're lineal or a super champion? Like what is a super champion now?
Yeah.
What is it that makes you? Is it the ring belt? Is it you having the majority of the titles? What is it? That's what we're saying. That's where it's lost in translation.
I will go off of common sense. The majority of the belts in the ring belt.
But
usually the ring goes.
Okay, what if you have let's just say Triple G has 3 of the belts. Canelo has the ring belt. Who is the super champ or the lineal champ? The guy who sells the most fucking tickets?
That might be the next step,
right?
Unfortunately.
Well, I mean, that's another point. Okay, so boom. I mean, I'm not gonna go there. I was about to use.
You say boom boom.
People. I was about to say boom boom was probably more popular because he got on ABC TV than Arguello, but Arguello beat boom boom. So what's that mean? So my point is, there's definitely going to be fighters who are more popular.
Well, we're going back to mob controlled boxing. We're going back to mob controlled boxing again.
I mean, but marketing is a beautiful thing. I mean, I give marketing and popularity are beautiful things. I'm not going to take ever that away from someone. That's to their credit. It's to anyone's credit if they have a fan base or they have people that support them. So popularity doesn't determine, whether or not you're top dog in the division.
Yeah,
I got a YouTube comment
very, very popular
from Ricky Pavlik. Tyson Fury still had the lineal belt. Is that true?
Did you say Ricky Pavlik? What'd you say?
Yeah, Ricky just fucking Ricky Rape just fucking put a YouTube.
My
question.
Man Ricky.
Yep, he's listening
to it.
He said Tyson Fury still had the lineal belt.
That's a great point. I mean, Tyson Fury beat a champion who cleaned out the division in more ways than you could ask a division to be cleaned out.
That's what it
totally cleaned it out. He had all these belts, had 3 of the 4 belts. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's a lineal champ right there.
Yeah.
Now the question comes into, if you're inactive for 18 months or 24 months, does that make that championship dissolve, disappear into thin air? I don't know. That's a good question. What do you guys think?
Well, no, but that's part of the problem is these guys aren't getting other opportunities because you guys have guys like Keith Thurman who they have to fucking make them fight at gunpoint. You know what I mean? Yeah. At what point do you do? And they barely he gave his title up. They didn't strip him. He gave it up just so he didn't have to hear the shit anymore.
Yeah.
But these guys are holding these belts hostage.
And then he can come back in his next fight and be in line for a title.
He already is. He'll go number 1 automatically because he gave his title up.
Exactly. And so Rick is 100% right. I mean, Tyson Fury beat a guy that cleaned out the division, had all these belts. But now the question becomes, how long of an inactive period are you allowed to have? I know for sure Jermaine Taylor had no inactivity. He was a very active champion. So when Kelly beat him, he beat a guy who was fighting top dogs and winning and maintaining his championship. He got a draw against Wiki Wright, but he kept those titles and he was very active. So that to me was a legitimate 100% lineal, 100% undisputed champion.
Yeah.
Now you're talking about Tyson Fury. Yes, he is the lineal champion, but he's inactive. So that leaves him in a limbo state. Jermaine was definitely not in a limbo state. Now another guy that was in a limbo state was Michael Spinks. Michael Spinks beat Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes cleaned out the division for 7 years, beat absolutely everybody. So Michael Spinks was the lineal champ, but he was inactive, and Tyson went around and collected all the belts that he left dormant. And then Tyson became the undisputed champ, and then when he fought Michael Spinks, he fought this inactive lineal champion, and we saw what happened in 90 seconds.
Well, on that, Riddick Bowe was the world champion. Do you remember? And they put him as he had to fight Lennox Lewis as a mandatory, and Riddick Bowe threw his WBC title in the garbage. Right? Lennox Lewis pulled it out. He pulled the belt out. Actually, was named the champion. And does that make him the lineal champ then? Because Riddick Bowe just gave it up voluntarily.
It should not make him.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing. Like,
Well, these are all great discussions.
That's a good question. That's a good question. That's another good topic right there.
Oh, we could do this all day. But we
could do this all day. And then the complexity of it and all those races are legitimate conversations. I'm just trying to say that I don't think it's legitimate at all to imply that Jermaine Taylor was not the undisputed champion. That was my original point. There's just no reason in the world why he shouldn't have been called the undisputed champion, and whoever beats him and fights top contenders.
But who was the best middleweight prior to him losing to Kelly? Who was the best middleweight?
Kelly Pavlik.
Before he fought you, who was the best middleweight? You were not champion yet. Who was the best champion in that division?
Don't get pissy with me.
I'm not. I'm just saying.
It was me.
The NABF title is not the WBC title at the time.
I mean, look at the rankings. There was Bertucci was ranked top 3, right? Top 3, top 4. And then Miranda was number 1 in 2 different belt weight classes.
If you say Zartucci was the greatest fighter, we're hanging up on you, Noel.
Say it, Noel.
Zartucci was ranked. He was ranked in the top 3, top 4 in a couple of the belts.
Now Sammy Bronco McCartney is too. Fuck, man. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I'm saying is, who was the best middleweight prior to Jermaine Taylor losing the title?
Bernard Hopkins.
Was he? He lost to Jermaine Taylor.
Actually, Miranda and Kelly were both considered the 2 top dogs.
Miranda was not a champion, though.
But Miranda annihilated Abraham, and he was 28-1 with 1 loss as a robber.
I understand that.
Everyone in the boxing world.
Prior to Jermaine
I thought
Taylor?
you were talking about who were the best middleweights.
The best champion out of those champions of Jermaine Taylor and the other middleweights. Who was the best middleweight at the time? The best middleweight champion of that time before Kelly.
What do you mean? There was only 1 champion.
He beat Bernard Hopkins, correct?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Jermaine Taylor was the undisputed champion at the time because he was the only champion.
Yeah, when he beat Hopkins the first fight. Yeah, that's what we're saying. Why? So why was he not considered the undisputed champion?
Yes.
After that,
because you beat him.
No, I was not. No, he was not considered undisputed. That's why
I know.
wasn't.
Well, he got stripped.
Yeah.
But he was
made up a term. They made up a term which was a very good term, universally recognized.
Just because he got stripped.
Universally recognized as saying anyone with half a brain knows this is the man that beats the man.
Yeah,
that's a nice way to say it.
But that's why I never got it as undisputed champ.
But just because he got stripped does not take away that title. That was beyond his control.
Scott Sigmund was the best man.
They took away, but they took away calling him undisputed champion. They did not call him undisputed champion.
Well, that's a business decision, not a performance decision. You know what I mean?
Well, that's where it goes into.
This is the business of it.
He was not considered.
It doesn't take away from the fact that he may have been, right?
So that should not take away from the fact that I'm undisputed.
No,
champion.
absolutely not.
Yeah,
we should go make a big argument about this.
I'm about to quit this fucking show. A month being gone is going to be 10 years.
Tell him I want my fucking undisputed fucking recognition. I don't want to be called lineal champ.
You want 2 ring belts now?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Can I have the old one?
This is true.
Can I have the old one?
Yes.
Yes. All right.
If you make this happen.
Shit, that ain't. Hey, I'll call Oscar up right now.
It's 2018. Go pick it.
I just want. You know what I want? I want that the WBC replica that you just have laying around in the.
Viking Herm,
in the dirty clothes and shit.
You have anything about this? Do you think I should be undisputed champ?
Yes.
Kelly Pavlik, as far as the punchline goes, is undisputed. There is no disputation about that undisputation. It's not even a word, but if I say it's a word, damn it.
Roger said, you guys sound like 3 fleas arguing who owns the dog they live on.
Tell Roger, shut the fuck up.
Hey, you guys. With that said, I'm gonna call back after the break, and we're gonna talk about some fun stories from back in the day, like the welcome to Cleveland party for Shaquille O'Neal. We're gonna talk about all kinds of stuff.
All right,
great.
We'll do that.
Good times back in the day, man.
All right, bro. Well, thanks, homie. I appreciate it.
It was great having you on. Thank you.
Oh, great talking with you, James Kelly. Take care, fellas. Take care, Viking Herm.
Take it easy.
We have some.
All right.
Hey, we have some great comments on this. Sorry, guys, we couldn't get to all the comments, but we will.
That was a good one Roger had.
Yeah. Simon says, Right now, having a belt helps a fighter campaign for a world title fight and opens the door for more endorsements to come into the sport. So everyone hates the alphabet soup. But for the fighter, winning a North American or regional belt, this is a big deal they work for. Exactly. Winning these minor titles puts you in the rankings.
They do. NABF, that's why they have them.
They do.
Well, okay, let's clarify that one. Certain belts do that.
NABF,
because you do have a fucking you have an IB soup fucking belt. You got a DVD, the champion of this.
You got
but your main ones like the NABF, which now I think they changed that.
Yeah.
I think it's like WBC Americans.
Used to be USBA involved. Remember
Yeah,
USBA
the two
was a
used
big
to be
one?
the two main used to be USBA, NABF, and now they got like the WBC Americas or Intercontinental Champion. Which anytime you have WBC on it, you know it's one of their smaller titles. So yeah, they got those. When you hear like winning those are fucking big. Those are huge.
Well, they tell you like now you got the new WBA and those little minor ones, but
Yeah.
those are throwing you in the rankings too.
They are.
They just threw Virgil Ortiz in the rankings after this big win. You know, he just got thrown in the top 15,
Exactly.
which is huge for a kid that's 10-0.
Which used to be the USBA and NABF.
Yeah.
You know, do they even use the NABF?
I haven't seen that in years.
I think I believe I did. I don't think I've seen the USBA.
No. Didn't Abraham pick up the title that Taylor stripped off? Yes, he did. Abraham did pick that up. Daniel's watching. It's true though. Amanda says you two act like you're married. No, we just spoon from time to time.
If these two are married, then I must be their love child. The only thing I want to know is who's the wife and who's the mister.
He's big like his mother.
So fuck.
What
is this? Why is this that we talks about?
Virgil
this?
Ortiz on there. Hey, let's talk about the fight.
Yes, let's do that.
Let's talk about Virgil. Great fight.
Fucking impressive.
And he looks so much fucking better with Robert Garcia. And I don't get me wrong, I love Joel Diaz. I'm not gonna say nothing bad about that man. That man can train his ass off.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You know what I liked about Diaz?
Yeah.
The nice things that he had to say after, that was class act.
Yeah.
And you could tell, I mean, obviously there was much respect there because Virgil Ortiz is a great young man.
It's not personal. It's
but
business.
Yeah, and the nice things he said, he didn't say, I mean, he could have found something.
He could have motherfucked Robert, and he could have motherfucked Virgil, and motherfucked Virgil
right?
Sr.
Exactly. And, but not that, but I mean, Virgil, you know what I said in that, and when I say this, he looked more, way more relaxed and calm, and he did things in this fight that I was happy to see. And I know that I'm going to sound crazy. Not that he got hit on, he didn't put his hands down and get hit, but his opponent, Sagado, he came in and he threw punches at him. And instead of like being real flinchy and tying up and throwing, Virgil kind of like took him. What I mean by that, not that he got hit clean, he blocked him, but he wasn't in no hurry to get out the way. Like, all right, I'm gonna let you throw these. It ain't no biggie. And then he came back with a very nice counter and lethal body shots. He looked very polished in this fight, and he looked like the experience is slowly starting to come. You know that he's getting it. That everything is the pace of the fight. Everything is starting to slow down in there too for him.
I agree with you 100%.
And I don't know if that was what was worked on in training camp with Robert Garcia.
Well, what's Robert teach? Patience.
It does.
And that's one of the things he had. What impressed me most about Virgil in this fight was when he was with Joel, and nothing on Joel, Virgil had this tendency where everything had to be power and everything had to knock you out. He took his time. He threw some jabs. He threw punches now that he set you up for bigger punches. Yeah. You know, he dinged you with the right hand. He dinged you with the hook just to move you into something bigger.
He's not expending a lot of energy blocking punches or getting away or grabbing. No. Just looked really complete in there.
And you know, we've been pretty high on Virgil from the beginning. Virgil comes from good family, good strong, and he's very humble. And we've been high on him, and you said from the beginning that he was the best prospect. You said he was better than Ryan, and you said he was better than the other Flores. He was better than all of them. And I was like, well, you know, we'll give Ryan a look too, because Ryan, and nothing on Ryan Garcia. I like Ryan, but I think Virgil has kind of set the standard at this point as far as skills.
Virgil keeps doing the body work that he does is going to be really, really hard to beat him.
Well, the thing is this too, he works both, and he he has bad intentions, and that's I don't know. I've always felt, and I've always said, one of the hardest things to pick up in boxing is a good killer instinct. Either you have it or you fucking don't. You know what I mean? When Virgil Ortiz hits you, he wants to put you away. You know, he don't want to go rounds. He doesn't want to carry you. He wants to hurt you.
Yep.
And I like that.
I agree.
I like it.
Angelo Costas with YouTube. Hey, fellas, are you guys going to be at the Cavelli Center August 5th for the Rough and Rowdy Brawl? Thanks.
I'd rather suck my own dick that night than watch a bunch of untalented fucks.
I'd rather get a prostate exam from Captain Hook.
Whose promotion is that?
It's a bunch of these guys with no
smokers. It's
these
club fight.
hillbillies with no teeth beating each other up with fucking
Tough
gloves.
man, yeah. One kid called me out on it.
What? To fight?
Yeah. He's from this area. I think he was more so fucking around.
Why don't you just beat him up? Why don't you just beat him up in public?
I'll play for the camera. If you guys know this kid, let me know.
You should beat him up in public. That's just do that.
I am. I said I want to spar him. No, my old ass ain't been in the fucking ring.
I'll fucking spar him and I'll fucking hospitalize his ass. I ain't playing with motherfuckers anymore, man.
Here, this kid. Huh.
Let me see what he looks like. Dude, he looks like he sucks dick for pesos.
Down now. It's a bunch of pussies.
Can you see it?
Jimmy Gwynn, military, National Guard baby, just came back. He thinks he's bigger, thinks he's badder. I'm about to beat that ass. You know, he's been thinking he's been the shit all of his life. I'm bigger, I'm faster. He might be a little bit taller, but he's still fat.
He's talking about he's fighting his brother.
Going on him now.
In the National Guard?
Lean muscle right here, lean.
That's what he says.
I'm playing video games, staying up till 5 o'clock in the morning. You little bitch. I'll knock him out in 10 seconds. He doesn't even know what's coming. Little bitch. Mom and dad are going to be there in the stands. They're going to watch their little baby get his ass beat. Mom and dad can't do anything to protect him this time. He got nothing on me. He's a little bitch. He can bring all his G.I. Joe friends one by one. It's Kelly Pavlik. I'll beat him too. You know, bring him on. Let's go.
What the fuck? Let me see. Look at this dude's face.
Oh, wait till you see his
I'm
profile.
going to beat my little brother's ass. He's pampered.
What's wrong with his fucking
He
hair?
went to the military. Now he's tough shit. Military's watered down.
So, like, yeah, if you go on his
And
Facebook.
not only that, he's talking bad about the military too.
Oh, yeah.
Literally.
Exactly.
What's his name?
John Quinn. Here, I'll show you.
Hey guys, John Quiff likes to talk bad. Jesus Christ. Who do you want to see Virgil knock out? Anybody they put him up with, I'd like to see him knock out. You know what I mean? I don't think you're going to get much less than that. You know what? Virgil hits so fucking
Look at
hard.
his Ferry Master Stroke. Lakeview High School he went to.
You know what?
Youngstown State.
You know what the thing is? He has a hard on, and he's jealous of his brother. You know what I mean? That's
Look at this Ferry Master Stroke. I don't know.
His friends look like they've been playing magic cards all fucking day.
What would you do in a situation like that?
I've found that any man that has to boast about being a fighter is not really a fighter. I always let the axe do the talking.
William says, did you guys see the Postal Josh Taylor bout? If so, what did you think of Taylor? Is he ready for Regis? Mikey? William, I don't think he's ready quite yet. But hey, you know what? I see a lot of upside with him already, and I was impressed with him. But I don't know if there's more than not much being left of Postal, if Crawford took everything left out of Postal, or is it much more Taylor being good? So I want to see him again. I want to see what he can do. But yeah, that fucking guy looks like he sucks dick for pesos, dude.
Okay, con queso.
What's his name? Everybody should send him a fucking message.
John, he was just playing around. I think it's more of a joke, man.
I don't
Something like that.
No, his haircut's a joke.
This is true.
His stupid glasses prescription's a fucking joke.
This is true.
You look like that nerdy guy that raps in the Uber.
Yeah, and then
Oh, he does. Yeah.
oh yeah. Well, then the other thing is too. Why talk shit about the military? Like that has nothing to do with this fucking.
I want a sport I do to put it Facebook Live.
Dude, it has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with this fucking hillbilly fucking fighting thing that's going on at the Cavelli Center. It has nothing to do with that.
You know what I want to do? I want to put on fight gloves, like 8 ounce, 8 ounce, and
smashes
and
fucking
spar him.
skull.
He has to stay in the ring for 3 rounds, 9 minutes.
You ain't gonna make it through that.
And now what I mean by that is, I'll let him take breaks. I'll let him go back to the corner, breathe. I'll let them wipe blood off his face. Whatever else he needs, I'll give it the time. But he just has to make it 9 minutes.
Peso, Julian, you.
A good body shot. I'll let him roll around for. Yeah, I'll let him roll around for 45 seconds.
I'd spar the fuck out of him.
I may even give him like $1,000 for it. No, it'd have to be 12 minutes.
You fucking give me $1,000, I'll spar you.
No, but I mean, like he had, but even after he gets dropped, I'll let him like after he shits himself.
Yeah.
Dude, give him $5 grand. We'll get 10 million views.
Yeah.
After he shits himself, like I'll let him get back
Dude,
up.
I agree.
Yeah.
You should give him $1,200, dude, for 3 rounds. And look, you'd get 10 million views. That money would come back in the first month.
Fuck yeah.
I would call his ass out, Kelly. Send him a message. Say you'll fight him.
Will foreign objects be allowed?
You know what? Hit him in the head with the axe when they're done. Put him out of his
When
fucking
we're
misery.
done, yeah. I mean,
Loser gets ass.
we'll make sure that Jim has insurance. So
I will throw many things in the ring that will benefit both fighters. Axes, hammers, sheep. It doesn't matter. Everything is a weapon.
Sheep. Hey, do you remember that movie? You remember what was it? The one with the Holy Grail. Do you remember that when they were throwing cows over the fucking fence? Monty Python. Remember the Holy Grail? And they were throwing cows over the wall. Did you see that? You never seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
no.
Dude, it's one of the funniest movies ever made. It's medieval times, and the fucking knight, he was throwing cows over at the people, throwing cows and chickens and all kind of shit at them.
When did that come out?
Oh fuck, 1970s maybe, late 70s. It was hilarious. Viking can be referee for that fight. I like watching My Mom Was Alicia. That is awesome. Nice. Your mom let you watch this show, Caleb?
Why is this?
Kelly, postal fight was a lot closer. Yeah, I don't know. I think so too. But let me see. I'm trying to go back to some of these questions, guys, because I don't want to leave you guys hanging. Esteban says Vegas has Triple G as the favorite in the rematch, but in rematches, the counter puncher and the guy with the better movement usually has the advantage. Which fighter, in your opinion, makes the better adjustments? Triple G with cutting off the ring and throwing more body shots, or Canelo with the stamina? Well, Canelo doesn't have good stamina, clearly. That's why he was taking clenbuterol.
I think Canelo in this fight, though. I just see him. If he's got a decent IQ, boxing IQ, he should win this rematch.
I got Canelo winning this fight. I think he's a little fresher of the two. He's had a little more time off.
Yeah. And better vitamins.
I was talking about because the cussing, Caleb. That's why I was talking. The cussing and the bad words. That's why you let your mom watch. Your mom lets you watch this show.
Yeah.
But yeah. Julian says, I fart in your general direction, silly English man. I mean, that's from the movie. I fart in your general direction. What is it? Your father was a hamster. Your mother smelled of elderberries. Remember that? That's what he said in the movie. Canelo wins. I agree. I got Canelo winning. I think Canelo's the fresh, and I think people. He's younger, and you know what? If that motherfucker can fight off the ropes, he's gonna put a hurting on Triple G.
Well, it's not if he stays off the ropes, he's gonna win.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He has to fight off the ropes. He has to get off the ropes. I don't mean fight on the ropes. I mean stay off the ropes and use the natural gifts he has. His defense.
He could expend a lot less energy by staying in the middle of the ring and just be. YouTube question 7-7s. Who wins, Joe Calzaghe or Floyd in their prime at a catch?
Dude, really? There is no. Who asked that question?
7-7s.
Fuck me. All right, man.
Well,
who wins? Vitaly Klitschko or Michael Carbajal at a catch weight?
Lomachenko or Anthony Joshua?
Hey, you remember? We're the Knights who say knee. Remember that? Knee. The night. Remember that?
I can't. We can't answer that one due to the fact that.
Strawberry. Remember a strawberry?
Due to the fact they were 4 weight classes apart.
And it has to be a nice one, not too expensive.
Dude, you gotta watch that movie. Hey, remember with the Black Knight when he cut his legs and Canelo doesn't look good on the knee. Yeah, I don't know the status of his knee or anything like that, but just because he's wearing a brace doesn't mean he has a bad knee. I wear a brace when I work out too, you know what I mean?
Yeah, compression sleeve or
I wear that just for support.
Yeah,
and
it's good.
People were talking shit about there was a YouTube video of Canelo hitting the heavy bag, and it was throwing stupid punches at it. They're like, oh, he looks like shit. He doesn't look like shit. He's working on his fucking cardio, and he's just doing work on it. He's not And I said, you guys, motherfuckers, they look at these videos, right? They get 30 seconds. And in 30 seconds, they break down this whole dude's fighting style in 30 fucking seconds. You know what I mean?
It's fucking annoying.
Andres Cepeda says, what's up, champ?
All right, 7-7 came back. He redeemed himself with a good question this time. Kelly Pavlik versus Joe Calzaghe in their primes. Who wins?
I got Joe all day.
I probably agree with you. The legitimacy of his career. I think Joe Calzaghe was an underrated champion.
Well,
Truly.
I'm not going to vote against you with anybody because except for Joe McClellan, I think that's a close fight. I think the Joe McClellan fight and you would be the closest fight of any fight you could get.
Well, I'm just glad that never happened.
I'm glad too, because you both would be sitting there looking like you'd be sitting. You and Joe would both be sitting in a little room. You know what I mean?
Motherfuckers, they gonna punch you now. They'd be really surprised. But no, I mean, so yeah, with Calzaghe, to be honest with you, on a good night where I'm fucking ready to go. I think it would be a really good fight. I mean, Joe C was a hell of a fighter. Yeah. I had people say, "Oh, he slapped." Listen, and that's their fucking problem from getting bitch smacked the entire fight. You know what I mean? Joe Calzaghe was good.
And if he's slapping you and he's still beating you, you're the one that's fucked up. If he's slapping you and he's cutting you up.
Yep. Calzaghe was a great fighter. He beat great fighters and
he beat
good guys.
He beat a good Roy Jones.
Yeah, he beat a good fucking Hopkins. He beat a good fucking Kessler.
Yeah, that fucking guy can fight.
Beat the shit out of some of these guys. He's fucking toyed with.
I think you would have tracked him down eventually. I think you're just too.
Yeah, because he didn't have enough to keep me off.
No, you would have tracked him down. He didn't hit hard enough to keep you off of him.
I feel the same, Kelly. But you're the one who got me into boxing. I think your power and reach could neutralize him. Well, I appreciate that, Seven. I really do, man. Thanks.
Is that a European swallow or an African?
Where?
Oh, Julian talking about that movie still. You need to watch that movie, dude. It is one of the funniest movies ever made, isn't it?
I was going to say I would find some movie that James
it's a top 5 movie, isn't it? For like comedy.
I would say I would find a movie that James never fucking seen before and just start throwing off random quotes from it. But
I'm not telling what everybody else is.
But then I'd be like, fucking James probably seen it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a movie he hasn't seen.
Yeah.
Is there?
Some of the newer stuff I haven't watched. I've cut back on movie watching.
Why is this?
I don't know. I just kind of
explain.
Well, I'm into this whole new workout thing and stuff. I just don't have time. Usually when I get home, I'm tired. You know, after working out, I'm tired and don't want to watch TV. I watch fitness videos and food videos and you know what I mean. Pornhub.
That fucking meme you had about Pornhub was funny as shit.
Really?
Yeah, any of you guys ever have that issue? Should bring that up.
13 one?
Yeah.
That was funny as fuck.
That's fucking true, man.
Jeff Lacey was smacking young. You know what? Jeff Lacey was smacking young dudes around the gym. But the problem is, Jeff Lacey had an early expiration date.
Yeah, he did. But like page 9, you always knew like 9, 19, 29, it started getting better though because they keep you on there to check for the new page.
What pisses me off is when there's a video that you want from a specific search term and then they switch the shit up.
Yeah.
So you can't find the one video that you fucking want.
Well,
Viking Herm knows.
You ask yourself, is it really worth it? And the frog's all fucking bearded and all depressed looking. I've been there before. Like I have literally went down that Pornhub rabbit hole, haven't you? Where you're looking and looking for this perfect scene. Your hand's been on your dick for 3.5 hours and don't.
Viking, what about you?
Dude, it's a joke. You know, it's a joke, but it's true. Your hand's been on your dick for 3 fucking hours and you're looking for this perfect scene.
Viking Herm kind of watches Pornhub, but it's called Viking Hub. It's like porn, but with Vikings. And I peel the banana to like
Oh, fuck.
No, it's true though, man. Like, you sit there and then you realize you started Pornhub at 12:30, it's 3:30, and you're still holding your dick, and now it's like a permanent fixture. My hand looks like a handle grip, you know what I mean?
When you're focused.
You're focused, and you're already on page 58 on Pornhub, and you're like, this woman's fucking
You
a
should
shit.
ever buffer curiosity.
All right, Steven, I'll talk to you soon. But no, we'll go back to boxing, guys. We're done talking about Blazing Saddles, a great movie too. Great story.
I've seen that one.
You've never seen it?
I did.
Oh, great story. We were in the military and we were getting ready to deploy. And on the bus, my military unit, when we were in our supply team, had about 30 black guys in the unit, right? And the bus driver put on Blazing Saddles. You never see people so fucking pissed off on that bus ride. I was like, oh shit. Why didn't Pavlik Abraham never happen, Kelly?
Who asked these?
Oh, Kevin McKennedy. He's a good dude, man. Kevin M. Kennedy. I love that dude.
Abraham?
Yes.
That came down to promotional companies. Abraham, going back to what we talked about when Noel called in, Abraham wanted me to go over, his promoter wanted me to go to Europe to fight him. I'm the lineal, undisputed, whatever fucking you want to call it, champion. Why would I go over there? Especially knowing after what happened to Edison Miranda over there and everything else, like...
Dude, he would have landed one punch and beat you 120 to 109.
It'd be like he wouldn't even have to fight. He could have probably just quit, went back after the first round. Like, I landed this over. I'm going home.
He'd cut in the ring. He'd get in the ring, get out, and go home, and still beat you 115 to 113. You know what I mean?
I used to tell motherfuckers, like, the only way you're going to win a fight is if they take him out of the ring in a body bag.
Bro, you knock him out.
I'm like, that may not even happen.
You knock him out, they will disqualify you. Do you know what I mean?
After the funeral service, we'll turn around and recall the fight.
Amanda Meyer said, I'm not on Facebook as much either.
Yeah, but it came down...
I'm really not.
It came down to promote. Why it didn't happen was promotional, and again, they wanted me over there to fight. He wouldn't come over here. I'm sure somewhere along the line, Top Rank and them had a dispute over the cost of it and whatnot. So
Esteban says, underrated boxing film was 1990's Gladiator, not the Russell Crowe film. No, John Sade in it. You know what? I agree.
Yeah.
That was a good fucking movie. It had Brian Dennehy in it. Remember, he was like some fat scumbag promoter that could actually fight.
The one dude's name was Ghost.
Yeah. Oh, Tommy Riley, right?
Yeah.
Tommy the Ghost Riley, yes.
Cuba Gooding Jr. was...
Cuba and the Spanish kid.
No, that was fucked up when they hit him and that dude, he flies out. You see, he flies out the ring like that.
Hey, do you remember when Bernard Hopkins looked like that when Joe hit him?
No, but Cuba Gooding Jr. went out the fucking ring.
So did Bernard.
What's wrong with Russell Crowe's Gladiator? Are you not entertained?
Louis Gossett Jr. is in it. I don't think Louis Gossett was it. No, Louis Gossett wasn't in Gladiator, Simon. It was this other. It was what's that dude's? Ossie Davis. It was Ossie Davis in Gladiator. Brian Dennehy and Ossie Davis. It wasn't Louis Gossett.
We got a YouTube.
Louis Gossett was making Iron Eagle 6 at the time.
Dude, I just seen that on.
He's like, "Hello, Chappie."
I seen that fucking movie the other day. All right, 77's got something. Kelly and James, have you guys ever hit a punch machine? We were talking about that. I didn't. If so, what was your score? P.S. Abraham would have been easy work for Kelly. Good call.
Kelly, tell the truth how that went. Our punch machine. We did it twice. Tell the truth how it went. Me and Kelly competed on the punch machine.
Are you talking about a real one or
just one? Just the punch ball.
That's not a punch machine.
You know what he's talking about, though, like the punch calculator electron. The fair one.
Yeah, I never hit a fair one.
No, but we hit the
machine.
Yeah. Tell how it went, Kelly. We competed twice. Not against each other. We were just competing.
I think you won.
No, I won on the left hook. You won on the right hand by a lot.
Oh,
remember? Yeah. I remember Kelly had 1,032 psi on his right hand, and mine was like 890 on my right. But my left hook was 998, and Kelly's was like 991, just short, and I think maybe because of the weight difference. But Kelly's right hand like set records on that fucking machine. But we did it at what was that place we go to where our kids bounce at? You know where those kids do the trampoline?
Oh
kids?
Yeah, that's at Extreme Air.
Me and Kelly were doing this. We were at Extreme Air, and that punch machine was there. So me and Kelly started hitting it. Well, people recognized Kelly there, and we had this fucking group of people standing around watching while we hit this fucking thing. The machine went. Kelly hit with his right hand. The whole machine just rocked like, BOW! I was like, holy shit!
This is true.
I was standing. This is no lie, and I'm not hanging for nuts. I was standing on the side of that machine, and I felt the percussion from his fucking hand. Like, it went, whoom! I was like, what the fuck, man? But I did win on the left hook, and I did brag about that for a whole year. I just want you to know that. I did brag.
That's good for you.
I bragged about it for a whole year. Besides holding Fortuna's purse, are they possibly going to strip him for falling out of the ring? Scott, no, he wasn't a champion anyway.
What was that one?
Fortuna and... we got to talk about those fights, too.
We talked about that, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, they did pay Fortuna. He actually got paid finally. But
I would like to actually be out in 5.
Yeah.
But yeah. Short show today, guys, too.
Yeah, that's it, man. But
we tapped on that one.
Yeah, we did.
But I didn't hear about him getting paid, though. They
released his purse to him. But he did get...
I don't think they should have.
They held his purse to pen an investigation on him, on his
I think
on his knockout.
I think they should have held it. I mean, that was fucked up what he did.
You know what they do though? They're avoiding a lawsuit. Do you know what I mean? Because you will sue the fuck out of him for not paying because they can't prove that he wasn't hurt. Do you know what I mean? All he needs is some shithouse doctor say, "Oh yeah, he did hurt himself." You know,
they used to fucking hold your shit though, and there's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, but it's true. They use some shithouse doctor say he was really hurt. They have to pay it. You know. The problem is though, what fight's he gonna get next time? And how much? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'll be fighting in fucking at the Best Western in Topeka, Kansas for $7,500. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Those days of $100,000 purses are coming close when you fuck your promoters that way.
Well, since we're almost at the end here, is there anything are you going to be sad the whole month being away from the show?
Yeah.
What do you got planned for the month vacation?
Rape and pillaging. I'm going with him.
Viking Herm is going to be a little bit sad that there is no more show for at least a month. However, I'm going to start trying to figure out how to make videos in Norway, or my backyard as I like to call it. If you could like me on Facebook, just type in Viking Herm. It's really not that hard. A chimp can do it. Do it. Like me, I'm going to start making ridiculous videos. So, see you in a month, maybe. If my longboat will get back that far.
Kevin, he didn't get hit by the steps. We were at the fight. We saw that shit happen. He didn't get hit by the steps. He was wide open when he went down.
They showed it over and over.
He was not hit by the steps. We saw the shit happen. If you look on the HBO simulcast, you will see me looking at him disapprovingly saying he's fucking faking. You will see that shit on Showtime that night. I was there.
I know. Down to like trying to feel for something hard.
Yeah.
They're like,
you know the problem is Granados, we called that shit, Kelly. Mm-hmm. We said Granados is going to put it on
turn the heat up,
and Fortuna's going to look for a way out. We said that early on that day.
Yeah, and I elbowed you. I was like, look at him. I was like, he looks like he's ready to go.
I know. I looked at when you said that. I said, I agree. Remember, I said,
he's looking for a place to go. He's looking for a place to hide.
Yeah, and you said he wants out. And I was like, no, he'll make it. You know, I went off of Robert Easter.
Yeah.
But the one thing you're going to see Fortuna on, you'll see him on the Ocho. You know what I mean? ESPN 8, the Ocho.
Dodgeball.
You remember ESPN 8, the Ocho?
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
It's going to be...
Bold move, Cotton.
Good. Let's see how... Bold move, Cotton. Let's see how it pays off. Hey, you're going to see like... chicken tug of war. You're going to see two chickens playing tug of war.
What else was that we were talking about though? Who else? Oh, that was Jason Bailey.
Yeah.
We were crack on him.
Oh yeah, he's always
being on.
Jason Bailey always fights on the Ocho. But you're going to have two chickens playing tug of war, and then you're going to have Fortuna fighting the next. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Should have heard the boo.
You know what though? I like Granados, man. Granados is one. I'll tell you a personal story on this. We were at the fights, and me and Kelly, one of our buddies came up from Houston, 6 hours. They're not, they're new boxing fans, you know, so it's a big deal for them to come up. Scott Best and his wife came up, and they brought their glove to get signed, and Kelly had introduced Scott to Adrian Granados. Granados came over after he weighed in, guys. And you know after a fighter weighs in, they want to eat, how fucking hungry they are, right? Granados was a fucking gentleman. He signed Scott's glove. He sat and talked to Scott for about 20 minutes and sat there talking and doing interviews. Scott walked up to Fortuna, asked him to sign gloves. Fortuna told him no, he doesn't sign. And I mean, what kind of dickhead shit is that? I can understand if Fortuna was famous or even good.
I mean, I would have signed him. I would have went and ate. I wouldn't talk for 20 minutes, but
no. But he, you know, that would just showing his
It all depends on how hungry
you were.
No, that's you know, it's true. That's the difference between the character of each fighter.
Yeah.
You know, 7-7s. Who do you have, Thurman or Spence? Spence. I don't even think Thurman's relevant anymore in welterweight.
I got Spence.
In my opinion,
I got Spence beating everybody in the welterweight division, and anybody at 140 that wants to fight too.
You got him beating everybody at 147. But James also got him 9th on the pound for pound list.
That is a fucking lie. That is a lie. I have Errol Spence number 3 on the pound for pound list because, like I said, the pound for pound list.
Oh, he went back now. You had him at 2 at one point.
No, I have Lomachenko number 1 and Crawford number 2 now.
Okay.
I switched it, and then it's Errol Spence number 3. I had Crawford number 1, and then after Linares, I switched it.
I learned this at the Concrete Cowboy.
Yes, we argued that. And you know what? Mikey had moved up to 4.
And I see where you're coming from now.
Mikey had moved up to 4.
Okay, I could agree with that.
But, and like I was saying, for me personally, and my opinion don't fucking matter. I'm you know, fuck it. I'm an asshole just with the platform. That's the only difference. I'm an asshole with a radio platform, just like most, you know. But for me, the pound for pound list is not your potential or not what the future holds. Your pound for pound list goes on your past and what you're doing now in the sport. And that's how I look at it. Errol Spence has done great up to this point, but until he beats Crawford or somebody else, he'll move into number one.
Don't want to talk about it no more.
Spence says Lomachenko is because Spence is fucking modest. Julian?
This shit still.
No, I'm just saying that, you know.
Yeah, I'm a fucking pirate, huh?
Julian has to realize.
Viking pirate, it's all the same. I just love the way that you handle my axe, though.
Come over at 12:30 and show you how to really handle an axe.
It is hardwood.
Not 3:30. That's when I fuck around with the spirits.
That's page 51 on Pornhub.
59.
Oh, Julian.
69 giggity.
It's funny because Julian Johnson goes on every fucking article and everything fighters say as the fucking gospel. Do you know what? Spence is a modest guy. He's going to say, oh, Lomachenko's the greatest. And you know what? If you ask Mikey, Mikey's going to say, oh, Errol Spence is the greatest. And then someone going to say Crawford's the greatest. And Crawford's going to say Lomachenko. That's what they do. You know what I mean? Unless you're the fucking Charlos, or fucking Canelo, or one of these, or Gervonta Davis or Floyd, they're not going to do that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. When they asked you who was pound for pound, what did you say when you were middleweight? You?
I thought fucking Butterbean was.
There you go. See? Being
Literally
modest.
pound for pound.
Oh, yeah, pound for pound, yes. Being modest as always, Kelly.
How do you have Bud over EJ when he beats Bud? We already, Nick, Nicole. I asked the same thing, but how James explained it, and it's too hard to go through, but it makes sense. It truly does.
Listen to what I'm here, Nicole. Listen. The pound for pound list is not based on the future or potential. The pound for pound list is based on your past achievements and your present achievements. Okay? When he fights,
it's not a fact. It's just his
how
opinion.
I feel. Because if that's the case, everybody's a pound for pound fighter because everybody thinks they're going to win in the future. In the future, everybody's a fucking world champion. Everybody is.
Okay.
Who you fought in the past, who you fought in the present, makes you a world champion or makes you a pound for pound guy. In the future, and if you know, that's how I have it for what's going on now in the pound for pound list. We're not doing the pound for pound list for 2021. We're still in 2018. Stick with me, guys.
We'll talk about this next month and probably next year. All right, we're gonna wrap it up, guys. Great show.
It's only great because I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
No, big difference on that one. Well, you do, but not this point.
I do.
Why is this?
Why is this?
We are gonna
go fuck your mother.
Fuck your mother.
Go fuck your mother.
We will be.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to close it up, man.
I know. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to wrap it up.
I know.
We will be back next month. We are gonna have the Punchline Fight Group open
for a question.
Why
does it feel like there's a penis on my neck?
Continue.
Come
on, wrap it up. Let's go. Come on, we're going to be back next month. Blah, blah, blah. Tune in next time. Have a good one. Viking will be here. In the meantime, he'll be pillaging and looking for loot and gold and whatnots. Wrap it up, Kelly. Come on.
I got something for you. Tell them to subscribe, share, and like the page.
Subscribe, share, like the page. James did not just tell me that. He just told me how dashingly handsome I look in my helmet.
You do.
Yeah. So share, like,
subscribe.
Again, we'll have things our Punchline group where you can still send messages to the Punchline site, Facebook page.
We have our other page where you can argue stupid boxing comments. We love that.
Yep, and that's it. That's it for this show.
Simon says, stay up on the date, Punchline live podcast while you're on vacation.
Yeah, and we'll still be pumping shit out there. We like to thank Tidal, WBC.
Yes, the WBC and Tidal.
Yep, our sponsors, and
all of you.
All of you.
We don't have a show without you. And I want to thank Amy Green, Simon Rublikava, Damon Martinez.
Yep.
Alicia Taylor. And
Julian, you know there will be some bad memes coming.
And we have 2 new writers. I just can't remember all their names offhand, but we got 2 new writers that are coming.
Simon, throw that up on our page, the 2 new writers that we got whenever you get a chance, bro. Simon, yeah, I really want to thank Simon for all the work that he does. Damon, he knows he's the homie.
Amy
gonna
for
get-
hard work.
He's going to get butt banged by Ricky Rape.
Yep.
And Justin.
Well, I was going to get to Justin. Justin, we can't do the show without him.
Awesome, and he is one of the Rape crew.
Yep.
You
And
should watch.
Viking Herm.
Well,
He's a third cast member.
he definitely is.
Yes.
He's a
Is
punchline.
Viking Herm a part of the cast now?
Yes.
Yes, you're
Yes.
You're a punchline team member.
Still waiting for that paycheck.
Why don't we extend the fucking table and bring a third chair for Viking Herm?
You're gonna need a big table. One of those old wooden ones.
He said paycheck.
He said paycheck. I'm still waiting on
Well,
mine.
that girl's fucking. There goes his job. See you later, bud.
That was a quick run for Viking Herm.
You fucking blew it.
I'm just kidding. I'll be here for free as long as you want me.
Also,
Motherfucker, don't you know about this show?
guys, the new season.
We're like fucking the Will Ferrell semi-pro. Give him a fucking check.
Hey, Viking Herm, you just got a check that says $10,000 on it.
It says 10,000.
It says 10,000 on it. But also we're getting new merchandise in.
This is true.
We're also getting Viking Herm merchandise with our
Yes.
punchline merchandise.
Yes, and we're gonna go through it with Viking Herm and see what he wants on it, and it's his idea because it's his shirt.
Yeah, and we're also getting the no bullshit punchline shirt with the cow. We have the bull taking a shit, right? We get a bull taking a shit that says punchline, no BS radio.
This is true.
Yep. So we have the new shirts coming, the new line, and we're ready to go, man. And hit us up, and thank you for everything.
We will have douche pickle shirts too.
Douche pickle.
Yeah, Justin wanted that. I am taking credit for that term. Not that I may have made it up,
We
but
will have douche pickle shirts. All right, and have a good
that
month,
is
guys.
it.
Peace.